It turns out that fact and opinion are intimately related words. Reality loves a good contradiction. What's the point? How can you get up in the morning? Well, it turns out that the universe is independent of reason, and not observation. You can get up, eat food, pet your cat, play games, go on walks, laugh, cry, etc., all for no reason. All the same, you can suffer for no reason. It's the ego that makes this hard to accept, because it doesn't understand deserve having nothing to do with it. It needs a sense of purpose to be fulfilled, and in this meaningless, visceral stew, it will create its reason, through judgment, and project what it thinks are not and ought to be. The freedom to not make any sense, is also a sense in its own, which has its own context, and vice versa. So whatever it is, what it is can always be understood, unless it is not anything at all, in which case we wouldn't be talking about it. Reason is not the cause. It's the projection. The narrative has been backwards for many decades, but it's time for that to turn around. When you look at a box, it's quite an assumption to call it that, because you can only ever know half of it with your eyesight. Maybe we ought to unthink that one? The postulation is made out of contingent notions of what a box is, from various recollections, projections, of those narratives, onto the thing itself, but when it comes to identifying what that is, holistically, it cannot be done, like in the case of the point, for example, and just one, you know, a line is made of points, yada yada, so it's never really about the thing itself, which can no longer be deduced, inferred from its current form. Whatever your ability to know, is based on the context, or box, so the idea can be imagined in another form, in this instance, for metaphor's sake, and what is outside cannot be known. What is inside, however, can be known, so there is still incentive, yet futility, in the other direction, because once something is known, it becomes a part of the context, and is thus still the inside only. I will quote Socrates, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing," which to me is basically like saying, what I have brought to you here, in some ways. Which is, the only way to begin to know, is to stop thinking, you already do. I will say that the context, more literally, is consciousness, and this is our box, so to speak, but alluding back to the figurative conceptualization, the black box's contents or lack thereof, stirring uncertainty by the forefront of our peripheries and cognitive feedback loops, is somehow out of reach, and only exists speculatively out of this sensory scope.